All right, so we got Carter Weirich here, everyone, from
Las Vegas, Nevada.
Las Vegas, Nevada. Awesome. So, Carter, we're going to dive right into it. You recently started a business where you were helping real estate agents set up OpenClaw agents. Is that correct?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, so I started this business about 4 months ago, and basically was just setting up dedicated AI agents for real estate on a Mac Mini. That way they could do lead prospecting and automate their time.
Dude, that's crazy. And so I heard that you were doing some crazy numbers. Just kind of tell us up front, Raw, like what did that look like? How much did you do? And how long did that take you?
Yeah, so in the first 3 months, we did a little over 31K.
31K?
Yeah.
That's crazy, bro.
Yeah, so that was from about March. Yeah, so March, April, May. So in March, I did a little over 5K. In April, I did close to 15. And then in May, I did a little over 10. So yeah, it's been crazy. It's been a wild journey.
So how did you get into that?
Yeah, so honestly, I just seen a bunch of videos online of different creators talking about selling OpenClaw setups. And I decided, you know what, I got nothing better to do. Let me just try it out myself, And so I made a simple landing page, and I named it Claw, Utah.
Okay.
Because I'm here in Utah living currently. I'm living here in Utah. And I made that simple landing page, and it had a little Calendly booking link. And so I made that. I didn't think too much of it.
Right.
A couple of days later, I actually got a call booked.
Oh, you
did?
And
that was without telling anyone, without doing any marketing.
So you just named it Claw, Utah, and then you got a booked call just because of the SEO.
Exactly. And I actually asked the guy later. I was like, hey, how did you find me? And he had been asking ChatGPT who can set up OpenClaw in Utah.
Really?
Yeah.
So it was the AEO of just an LLM pulling it up.
Exactly. And I didn't even know that was possible at the time. I just made the landing page. I was like, let's try this out. And so it turned out he was actually a big real estate agent and mortgage lender here in Utah.
Okay.
So his name was Greg. And I remember on the call, he was like, yeah, how much would you do this for? And I had no idea. So I was just like, I'll do it for $1,000.
No
so
way,
that was my first client.
Yeah.
And so I went over there. He had his Mac Mini already set up.
Yeah.
And so within like 2 hours, I set up the AI agent, the OpenClaw agent, connected it to all of his tools, and had it running. And so within 2 hours, I made $1,000.
That's crazy. So tell us kind of what you set up for. Like, what did he get out of that? What did the agent do? Yeah,
perfect. Yeah, so I just installed the base OpenClaw package, and then we connected it to his tools. Like, he uses a prospecting tool called Model Match.
Okay.
And it's basically for prospecting different real estate agents that he wanted to recruit for his brokerage or for his mortgage lending business.
Yeah.
And so we connected it to that. We also connected to all of his Google services like Google Calendar, Gmail, Google Meet. That way it could go and book calls from his emails.
Wow.
And another really cool one is we connected it to Google Voice. And so it could actually go on Google Voice and text different prospects using his Google Voice number.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
That's awesome. And so, like, how did it work? Is it working for him? Like, what did he say about it?
Yeah, so he's actually been using it a lot. And he said that, honestly, he's been using it a lot more for creation of other, like, landing pages. And so, obviously, he uses it for recruiting through email and SMS. But he's also been doing different landing pages, targeting different areas of recruitment. So it actually has been a tool that's given him access to build things that he previously could not build. Right?
Yeah. That's awesome. And so you did that setup for Greg, and then from there, kind of like, where did you take it? Where'd you go?
Yeah, so Greg ended up referring me to a couple friends, and at that time, I also got another booking from SEO, from a business broker.
So your first two literally just came from the SEO?
My first two were literally SEO.
Hey, so for those of you who don't know, if you just create a website, you have specified like what you do, you can rank on like things like ChatGPT, Claude. And that's something that we help you guys do, is help you rank higher just on, because everyone's going from like Google to all the AIs now. And so they'll search you up, and that's how Carter got his first two clients.
Yeah. And my second client, I priced it a little bit higher because I was like, okay, he was so willing to pay $1,000. So my second client actually wanted me to bring the Mac Mini. And so I priced it at $2,000 per the setup and then $1,000 retainer.
Wow.
So he wanted me to actually work with him long term to help it, keep it running, optimize it.
Yeah.
And so he was a business broker, and he basically wanted to set up a funnel for recruiting businesses that wanted to sell.
Yeah.
And kind of prospecting for them. And so we set up his funnel with OpenClaw, and it ended up that he actually went out of town for like 2 months. And so we paused his retainer. And when he got back, he had so much to do, he just didn't have time to keep it going. But I mean, I made $3,000 off that sell. So literally my first two sales, revenue was $4,000.
$4,000.
And that was just from SEO on my landing page. Without
That's
doing
crazy.
without doing any outreach, without doing any extra work, $4,000 of revenue coming in from SEO.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
And how did that feel as a 20-year-old kid?
It was insane. I remember driving away from the first sale, and I was like, my life is forever changed. I'm like, I am unemployable now. I will never be able to get a normal job. So.
That's awesome. That's awesome. Okay, so you did those two setups from SEO, then take us to what you did after that.
Yeah, so then Greg actually referred me to another real estate broker. And this broker, I set it up for him, charged him a little bit more, and then he actually brought me into his brokerage.
No way.
And so his brokerage is amazing. It's called Real Estate Essentials here in Utah. They have like 200 to 300 agents at any time.
Wow.
In their brokerage.
So they're a big brokerage.
Huge brokerage. They actually win like best brokerage of the year. They've won it for like many years in a row here in Utah. And so he brought me into his brokerage and let me go into their sales meeting with all their agents and pitch it. And so
just gave you an audience.
Yeah, gave me an audience. And so out of 3 different presentations that I gave there, I was able to close 10 more agents total.
No way.
On setups. And so in total, I ended up doing 13 setups.
Yeah.
And yeah, a little over 30K in revenue. So it was an insane ride because I was given a presentation about it every week for 3 weeks, and I just started closing so many deals.
That's crazy. So let me get this straight.
Yeah.
You would go into these brokerages and you would present and train their agents.
Yep.
And then from there they'd book with you and you would set up an agent for them that would go and do work. And you made $30,000 just from doing that.
Exactly. Yeah.
That's crazy.
From literally just setting up OpenClaws on Mac Minis.
Yeah. Yeah. And so for them, what did it look like? Was it kind of the same as the brokerages? Like, what did the agent do for them?
Yeah, so for them it was a little bit different. It was a little bit more focused on real estate prospecting.
Okay.
So if you don't know, real estate, they have a bunch of different websites that rank and have all the listings on them.
Yeah.
And so these websites, they actually don't give you access to the API. So they don't give you access to the back-end data. And so everything you see on the website, you can only see through browser access.
Okay.
And so we would set up agents that would go on the browser. The agent itself would go on the browser and go and click through the listings. And if they were searching for a certain type of listing, let's say an expired listing or a for sale by owner or a foreclosure, the agent could actually go and scrape these listings and find them listings that are more, have more opportunity.
Yeah.
For them. Yeah.
Wow. And so how much time would that save them?
Yeah. One of the agents I set it up for him, or I'll just re-say that. One of the agents that I set it up, he actually told me in the first month it saved him 90 to 110 hours. 90 to 110
hours?
Yeah, in the first month.
That's
his
crazy.
Estimation.
And so, like, what would he do with his time? Like, just spent on work, or?
It was actually crazy. He told me the biggest benefit has been spending time with family. He said now with his AI agent running, he's able to spend more time at family reunions, family functions, and not so much time just sitting down at his computer. Because the way OpenClaw works is you connect it to Telegram and you're able to talk to it from anywhere.
Yeah.
And so he would be at a family dinner and he'd be able to be texting his OpenClaw to do work for him instead of him missing out on the family event.
Wow. That's crazy. And so he just gets that 90, 110 hours back every single month now.
Yeah.
And
literally.
That's awesome.
Literally just back in his life, and he's able to have a more fulfilling life by leveraging AI in that way.
And so what has the feedback been from the other agents or the real estate agents that you set it up for?
Yeah, it's been good. Honestly, the biggest thing is like there's a big learning curve, right? With anything, with any new technology, there's going to be a learning curve.
Yeah.
A lot of them, what they really struggle with is prompt engineering. Mm-hmm. For example, a lot of them use it now for creating marketing materials. One of the commercial agents that we set it up for, he was using it to create commercial flyers for different properties. And the biggest thing was just writing a good enough prompt to give him the output that he wanted. Yeah. And so that was something that I've worked with some of the agents, is just like helping them write better prompts, because there is a little bit of frustration when you tell it to do something and the output's not very good. Right?
No, exactly. It's kind of like the video, if you've ever seen, where the dad tells the kids to give him instructions how to make a PB&J, and he follows it to the T, and he puts the peanut butter on top of the whole bread loaf or stuff like that. It's like following the instructions to the T it's the exact same thing with the agents.
No, yeah, for sure. So there was a little bit of frustration there, but the cool thing is with every new model release, the OpenClaw updates, and so you're able to get the new model. And so I've just seen over even the past 4 or 5 months, the models have gotten significantly better. Right. And so it's getting easier and easier to prompt them.
That's
for
good.
example, the older models, like let's say ChatGPT 5.2, 5.3, were really hard to prompt, and now the newer ones like 5.5, 5.6, they're getting to the point where it's a lot easier to get the result you want.
Yeah, that's awesome. And so maybe take a second and explain to all the viewers kind of just what an OpenClaw is.
Yeah.
For those who may not know, like what does it do?
Yeah, no, that's a great question, James. So the best explanation that I've used is AI is the brain and OpenClaw is the hands.
Okay.
So that's something I taught a lot of the agents, is that you have to connect it to an AI brain and AI model like Anthropic's Claude or OpenAI's ChatGPT. But OpenClaw essentially gives it the ability to have hands and go do work on your computer.
Yeah.
So like, for example, for real estate prospecting, OpenClaw gives AI the access to utahrealestate.com or Redfin or Zillow, whatever real estate site you use. And it's able to go on there and scrape listings manually. Whereas if you're just talking to ChatGPT in the browser, it can't go on Zillow or utahrealestate.com.
And it can do some pretty crazy things.
It can.
It's pretty powerful.
Yeah.
And so, like, you're saying you give it these tools and it can actually go and do things.
Exactly.
Because I feel like for a while we've just been hearing about like, oh, AI can do this and that. Whereas when OpenClaw came out, it's like, oh, it can really go and do things for me. And like, it's pretty beneficial.
Yeah, it was really a turning point in the industry. Because before, AI was called generative AI.
Yeah.
So it just generates content, right? You give it a prompt, you say, write me a social media post,
right,
spits out the content. Now with OpenClaw, we really opened up to agentic AI.
Yeah.
Where AI actually turns into an agent that you can schedule, that you can teach how to do things, you can train it. And so it's honestly been changing the game, and it's a big thing that we're doing for companies now, is implementing agentic AI into their systems. That way it removes a lot of the manual tasks that they would have to do previously.
Exactly. It gave it a lot more capabilities. That's awesome. So, I mean, just tell us briefly, where are you now and what are we working on?
Yeah, so now I've pivoted to, we're certified AI partners now, and there's 3 of us, 3 co-founders.
Yeah.
And what we're doing now is we're doing larger scale implementation training for enterprise companies. And so I learned a ton from working with real estate agents in kind of the smaller sector.
Yeah.
And that's why we decided to move on to bigger problems, bigger companies, because we really feel like we can provide value in this space.
Exactly. That's awesome. Well, Carter, thanks for coming on to the podcast. If you had to give one last piece of advice for anybody who's trying to dip their toes into AI, what would you tell them?
Yeah, my advice would be just start. I literally had no idea what I was doing like 4 or 5 months ago.
Right.
I made a simple landing page, and I promise you, if you start and you just keep going, good things will happen.
Yeah, that's awesome. Well, Carter, thank you for your time.
Thank you, James. Appreciate it.